After I posted the Islington property where I made over £100,000, so many of you have been asking, how the hell do I find a deal like that? And that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. Not only how did I find that property, but the hundreds before it. So finding property deals, much like investors and anything else, really comes down to some simple principles that you deliver upon over and over and over again. So ultimately, there's 4 ways of finding properties right now, in my personal opinion. There's the direct-to-vendor methods, there's using estate agents, there's using letting agents, and then there's using sources or packages. Now, let's just start with the direct-to-vendor. Now, I love direct-to-vendor. I'd say 90% of property deals are direct-to-vendor, and there's a variety of ways that we end up finding them. So a lot of them is just by being around the local area where they post and things like that. Little things like stickers on bus stops, you know, going old school, but it's probably not the most effective way of bringing them in. In general, I would say things like Gumtree is really effective for finding people. Facebook Marketplace, especially more and more now because a lot of people are online. A lot of people are coming away from estate agents and trying to sell it themselves. So that's a really effective way of finding them right now. Leaflets and direct mail is really powerful, and in particular with direct mail, what we tend to do is target properties that were sat on the market for between 3 and 6 months, so they're out of contract and their estate agent by and large is not doing a particularly good deal on their client's behalf. And of course, my personal favorite, Facebook advertisements. On the other side of this, we've kind of got utilizing other people, because outside of the direct-to-vendor, there are agents involved with this. The number one, most obvious one, representing around 86% of the market, is estate agents, okay? Now, the pro of that is they represent such a huge portion of the market. So a majority of properties, when somebody needs to sell, the first port of call is going to an estate agent, which is great. You're gonna be able to build those relationships. And a top tip there is to build the relationship with the valuer. So jump on LinkedIn, find your local estate agents and work out who actually does the valuations. Now, a valuer and estate agent is not a RIC surveyor at all, okay? So they're just dubbed valuers. These are the people that go out and try to win the business that's out there, okay? That's how we're gonna make this work. And you're gonna build the relationship with that person and try to get them bringing the deals to you before it goes on the open market. A lesser known agent that most people don't go to is letting agents, okay? Now everyone knows what a lettings agent is, or a management agent. They manage buy-to-let portfolios or properties on behalf of investors. Now think about that logically for a second. Most people don't go to letting agents, but what is the one thing you can guarantee about a property that's coming from a letting agent? Well, it's a buy-to-let. Obviously, because their entire role is based around managing tenants in the residential or commercial property. So building a relationship with a letting agent is going to be key. Well, what's the worst thing that could happen to a small independent letting agent? Well, the investor that owns 4 or 5 properties goes to them and says, hey, I'm thinking about selling. It's a really hot market right now. What do you think? The letting agent doesn't sell properties. They're not an estate agent. And they go, no, the long-term growth. And then they talk to Reeds Rains or something like that. Reeds Rains says, yeah, I can do this. Reeds Rains contacts the new buyer. By the way, these are tenanted properties. They're buying them as buy-to-lets. Tell you what, we'll pay for your legals if you use us as your management agent moving forward. Small letting agent loses quite a big chunk of their business. So instead, remunerate them in a way that you can buy properties and you will mandate or sign up to them using their letting service for a minimum of a year. The final one is deal sources and packages. You know, I source deals, I package deals, but I also pay packages and to bring me deals. Now, I'm in quite a fortunate situation in the fact that I train deal packages, which really works well for me because obviously I train them up to a really high standard to get really great deals for investors. They then bring me the deals and I'll either buy them myself or sell them to my investors and get paid a fee. So that's why I really like what we're doing in education, is because it directly facilitates our property business as well. So there's 4 key ways that you can divide up and how we find these on a regular basis. And then what you do is you go into something I call laps, and maybe we can have it coming up here, okay? L-A-P-S. So what are they? Well, leads. Everything that we've just spoken about there has become a lead. Once it comes into a lead, you want to think of your job role pivoting from marketer to appointment setter. So what you're going to do there is you're going to have a 5-10 minute phone call with either the vendor directly, the source, the letter agent, or the estate agent, and you're just going to qualify that person. So let's say it's a direct vendor. Say, hey, it's Jamie here. You've responded to one of my Facebook ads about selling your property on XYZ Street. Is now a good time to chat about that right now? Have you got 5-10 minutes? Yes, I do. Great. Just a few questions about the property. Is it yours and you've got the sole rights to sell it? Yes. How many bedrooms, condition, blah, blah, blah. And out of interest, what sort of number are you looking for? Being realistic that you want to move quickly, what's a realistic number for you to walk away from this property? Okay, then I'm going to go, okay, great. Listen, I'm going to go away and do some numbers, do some due diligence, and I'll come back to you to see if we can offer up a solution. That's the appointment, okay? So you've gone from marketer bringing in the leads to the appointment setter. The next thing is you're going to turn up and you're going to do a needs analysis. Where are you at? Where do you want to get to? What sort of numbers? And you're going to put in your offer, also known as the proposals, leads, appointments, proposals. And a number of those proposals will say no, shock horror, and a lot of them will actually say yes as well, and that will become your sales. And from there, it really just becomes a numbers game. So there you have it, guys. That's as simple as it is. I know this is a quick video, but ultimately you need to be focusing on your marketing stream, and instead of going on what one works best, they all work bloody amazingly well. My favorite direct to vendor is definitely Facebook ads. My favorite course on that side is sources and using sources because they're primed to find great investment opportunities. But it's kind of like a logistics company worrying about how they're going to fuel their lorries. Just go to a bloody petrol station, okay? And it's the same with this, remembering that marketing is the lifeblood of every business. So constantly, as you're making money, reinvest into your marketing streams and then build up your lead funnel, appointments, proposals, and sales. And this is both on the vendor side, the property side, and the buyer or investor side. And typically you can expect something like 20 leads to end up becoming about 15 appointments with a vendor. Maybe sort of 8 offers or proposals go into every 1 sale. So if you know you're spending £10 a lead, those 20 leads are going to cost you £200, but you're going to secure a viable property investment in order to move forward with. So a short and sweet video there. If you're new to the channel and you've got value from that and you want to watch some more, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Let me know if you can think of any other marketing streams that you've used and been successful in the past in the comments. I'll make sure to reply to as many as possible. And hey, it would really help me before you leave and watch the next video by lightly tapping that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.